Old-fashioned games
and new-fashioned friends.
Come on, everybody, this is Table Flip.
Thank you so much. Your invite was received by passenger pigeon, and then that passenger pigeon was consumed and delicious.
I think I might turn into my balloon.
And the worst winner is Barry.
Oh.
So congratulations, Jordan.
Thank you very much.
Miraculous win. You must be so very proud.
Oh yes, please massage my ego some
A
more.
much-deserved victory. Good show indeed.
Great stuff.
You don't seem impressed.
I lost. Why should I be?
I'll have you know, I drank some vanilla milk before I came here.
I'll have you know, if we reach day 80, you turn into a balloon.
Well, I'm not looking forward to that taking place.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it muchly. I'll be touting you around Chocolate Town, being like, look at the poor man. He's now a balloon.
Speaking of which, we should get on with things so that I can get out of here in time.
We mustn't have Jordan turn into a balloon. That would be most unfortunate for all of us.
Barry, if you would please tell us about this game.
So this is the Metagame Videogame Edition, which we are going to be playing collection style. So last time we were eliminating players. This time we're going to keep going until we are through with this deck. So, Jordan, because you won last time, you will get to go first.
Okay.
Each player gets 5 cards.
Are we a dealer?
This is my dealing music.
It's quite excellent.
If you could tell me, Jordan, what kind of animal is this for?
I didn't really look into it. I stopped by in India for a moment on my journey.
You just had to have it when you saw it.
Yes, it was quite remarkable. And it had this combination of the gray fur and the brown fur, as you can see, and it really caught my attention. And
You know, my dog died from eating chocolate, and it looked very similar to that fur.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to remind you of your dog, nor chocolate.
We might have been in cahoots, though. Who knows?
I would not work with you. I would not work with the likes of you.
Or would you?
Look into the camera when you wink like that.
Or would you?
Very good, very good. All right, well.
Jordan, if you would please take the floor.
I would love to. Which is a better comment on gender?
Oh my. Yes, that will do. That will do just fine.
Will it?
Better comment on gender.
Okay.
All right.
All cards are on the table.
They are indeed.
Ladies first, shall we?
Well, if I had to make a comment on a gender-based game, I would say Mavis Beacon teaches typing.
Please, do elaborate.
I believe that it's a game that's for everybody. It doesn't have to be for male or female, so you don't have to comment on the gender. And I think that's perfect.
So no comment is better than a comment?
Yes, because you don't want anyone to feel like it was sexist or wrong. You know, why not?
Very well, Barry.
Well, I decided to go with SimCity for what is more genderless than a building.
We seem
Very
to be
true.
going very genderless. Mine happens to favor a gender. It is NBA Jam, which obviously is an
All male.
all male, yes.
Oh, yes.
However, I am really fighting for a co-ed basketball division in Chocolate Town because I think that would be great.
That's very progressive of you.
You're basically saying that all men are basketball players.
I'm not
That's your
saying that there
comment on
happens
gender.
to be a women's league of basketball players.
But not an NBA Jam.
No, not an NBA Jam.
So it is not a very good comment on gender.
Or
What do you
perhaps-
mean?
Well,
It does in fact comment on gender because it only has one gender in it. Therefore,
But
it is
it's- but
providing a comment.
It's not a very good comment on
No comment is no comment. This is a comment.
Are all
believe
men
he has a
basketball
valid
players?
point.
No, not all men are basketball players. I am not a basketball player. I do not believe that Barry is, nor is Jordan.
Do not make claims on my manners.
I will have you know, I did play basketball as a child.
That does not make you a professional basketball player.
I never said I was a professional. I did play basketball, which made me a basketball player.
I think Mavis Beacon is the best comment on gender because it is genderless.
But I believe it's a lack of a comment, and Michael did have a valid point.
Just take
Which
your
is-
card, you humble bastard.
No, I get that card, as I have won.
I do
who
believe
says
that
you win?
Michael has taken the victory
Thank you.
for this round. I'm willing to overlook your chocolatiness.
I do not wish any sort of balloon-related death now for you.
Thank you.
That is high praise indeed.
All right, so now that we're settled with that, we can discard these.
And as I have one, I get to burn one of the cards in addition to taking another to fill up my
Yes,
hand. Wonderful. And now our judge shifts to
Susie.
Yes.
Wonderful.
All right, so do you want to pick a new card before I reveal the next question?
Absolutely.
Oh my word, what could it be?
Oh, with bated breath, here we go. Which is funnier?
Oh, wow.
Choose wisely.
A very objective question.
Humor. Hilarious.
Haha! Even the card is funny. Ho ho ho!
Yes, I have picked wisely.
All right, well, shall we pick from the winner first?
Oh, absolutely. Which is funnier? Nothing funnier than plays on words. So it is Scrabulous. It is both the idea of Scrabble, which is a copyright game, and the word fabulous. Look at how amazing and humorous that is. Scrabulous.
Well, that does sound quite fabulous.
I do not believe that a lawsuit is funny.
A lawsuit can be
It was
hilarious.
a poor choice
if-
of picture. Poor
No,
choice.
but assume now that Scrabble is being like, hey, bro, you seem to have used the idea, the prefix of Scrabble, for your game, which we are. We're going to sue your asses. And they're like, haha, no, we've also got fabulous as our suffix.
Is everyone
We dodge it.
Is everyone in Chocolate Town as funny as you, sir?
Not nearly as funny.
Ah, wonderful. Well,
Barry, if you would please.
you know what's funnier than lawsuits? Pac-Man. For what does he say? But waka waka waka.
A little Fozzie Bear in that man of Pac.
I
A
see where
very
you're
funny
going with
character.
this. Jordan, what do you think is funnier?
Well,
I hope it's funnier
I
than
do
Scrabulous.
believe I have you both beat with Scribble Knots. Because,
There are words in that, much like in Scrabulous.
but what is funnier than taking those words, however absurd they may be, and actually creating a tangible object out of them?
I will also say, however, that in the case of Scrabulous, you wind up with many instances where you can't necessarily spell a word. And what is more humorous than someone being like, well, obviously Jizblick is a word. Aha, Jizblick, yes. You know, that weird native language that they spoke many
Well,
years ago.
I know that Scrabulous is a game of words, which is very chancy. It could be funny, it could be very serious. Pac-Man is more of a scary story. It's about ghosts.
Ghosts are funny.
But in Scribble Knots, I have seen Cthulhu fight against Santa Claus.
Precisely.
I'm gonna go with Scribble Knots.
A wise choice indeed.
Well,
Congratulations again, Jordan.
Thank you.
All right.
that goes to me then. Which is the one that everybody loves to hate?
Which is the one that
Which is the one that everybody loves to hate?
This is easy.
Confident, are we?
Very.
Well, we shall see.
he is taking a while.
Everybody loves to hate.
All right.
All right, Michael, would you like to go first?
Yes, of course. Which everybody loves to hate. Why, it is Crayon Physics Deluxe. Because, man oh man, I love me some crayons, but I hate me some physics.
Too true.
And this is a fusion of the two. I am torn in twain.
Rightly put, rightly put.
Please, please.
Susie.
I definitely think that everyone loves to hate Half-Life simply because everybody cannot wait for Half-Life 3, but they love to hate on it because they can't wait for it to come out anytime now, but they love it so much and that's why they hate on it.
Also a very good point. Jordan,
See,
do you have a
I'm-
rebuttal?
I do. I'm going with Diablo 3 in particular, because you see, the feedback on that was very mixed.
I feel like both of you are doing a bit of extension beyond the actual claim. Both of them require a sequel to then yield that third element. Neither of which, well, one is present in the case of Diablo and not present in the case of Half-Life.
I believe that
put-
everybody only hates Crayon Physics Deluxe.
I'm not sure that I would agree with anyone hating Crayon Physics Deluxe. In fact, I quite enjoy it.
What do you enjoy most about it?
I enjoy.
Tell it to me slowly.
I enjoy being able
Slower.
to figure
Very please, if you would.
the
Tell us what you
way
think.
to make the ball navigate.
Say it again.
Very please.
That was very nice. Crayon Physics Deluxe.
Hoocha!
Because he spoke to my heart. I love crayons, but I hate thinking. So unfortunately, it wins.
It is true, it is true.
Michael, it goes to you.
I am now the judge. Which is more sexist? I ask you thusly. Which is more sexist? Which game possesses a sexist nature to it? You are puzzling, thinking.
So much thoughts. I hate thinking.
Your muddled thoughts, they
People are
might
going to
betray
hate
you.
me for this one.
Ooh,
Are they? Are they going to love to hate you?
we are past that question, Jordan, and I was victorious.
You never passed.
All right, we have our cards. I will start with Jordan.
Well, you see, I went with Super Mario 64 because there's nothing more sexist than a princess being held hostage at the whim of a giant spiky turtle monster.
That
We
is
can
quite
all
sexist.
relate to that, and we can recognize that that is quite sexist. Susie, continuing down the
Well,
line.
I think Braid. It's another story about another man daydreaming about a woman.
But in this case, yes, he has far more fantasies than Mario does. I am leaning a bit towards Braid, but Barry, maybe you can sway me otherwise, or Jordan, you might rebuttal.
Mortal Kombat.
Now, why?
Because there are characters, men and women. It should be only men. I'm a very sexist man.
But that is a lack of sexism that you want to be made more sexist.
It is my definition of the word sexist, however you know.
Okay, very well. In Super Mario 64, you have a helpless female. She is made to be helpless. She cannot escape the clutches of Bowser, and it requires a strong male to rip her
But
from
that is
his
something
grasp.
that was the beginning of something. This is something that perpetuates.
There is a bit of...
Men and women together, it's crazy.
That is the opposite of sexism.
I
will
am
have you
going
know.
to pick Braid, as I feel that that is a man chasing fantasy and it just subjugates a bit.
But it's about the atomic bomb, maybe.
Thank you for your congratulations, Barry. All right, well,
Atomic bomb of thanks.
Jordan, if you would like to take the floor
Very
and ask
well.
us a question.
Which is more ridiculous? Okay, cards down. Shall we begin with Barry?
I believe we shall. Which is more ridiculous? What could possibly be more ridiculous than Tetris?
No, quite ridiculous indeed.
Shapes. Whoa.
You have to think.
You have to think. And thinking is terrible. It's the
ridiculous.
devil's work, is what it is.
Compelling. Shall we move on to Michael?
I bring you a series of words thusly that paired together are indeed ridiculous. Wizardry, proving grounds of the mad overworld. Just let that soak for a moment. Wizardry proving grounds of the mad overworld. Pretty
The name
ridiculous.
does speak for itself.
Well,
Also, I
I think
believe
you'll
he's
find
naked on
mine
the card,
very
yeah.
ridiculous.
Okay.
Plants versus zombies.
Oh.
Like plants would stand a chance against zombies.
Very ridiculous indeed. You know, I haven't seen a scenario play out like that before where plants are fighting zombies. It's very ridiculous. Do you have a rebuttal?
Plants cannot think.
Plants may not be able to think, but there is a mad overworld where those plants might think because of wizardry. It's a proving ground. Anything is possible. It's ridiculous.
But they do think, and that's what makes it ridiculous.
Or
in
is it
Tetris-
the player who is thinking for those plants, and those plants are merely acting as photosynthesis would make them do?
These plants definitely have feelings and emotions, just
But
as we
might
do.
I add that in Tetris, often it's only the tall, skinny one you want, and you never get it. That's ridiculous.
That might be more poor programming than anything.
But
Or bad luck?
Luck or programming. Not necessarily.
I tell you, it's ridiculous.
I am going to go with plants versus zombies.
Humbug!
Thank you.
Riffle raffle!
Nab dab it.
Thank you very much. Well, I guess that leaves me to ask the next question to you, gentlemen.
Please do.
Are we all prepared?
Prepared and ready, except I'm not either of those. Now I am.
We are all now
All right.
prepared and ready.
Our next question is, which is more complex? Which is more complex? First card in. All right. Well, shall we? Jordan, which is more complex?
Well, you see, I went with Wii Sports because in order to play Wii Sports, you must use a Wiimote, and the Wiimote requires motion tracking. The device must keep track of the position of where the Wiimote is at all times, and that requires more advanced technology.
You are speaking from a technical standpoint.
That
I
is
am indeed.
complex.
It's very complex.
And is it more complex to Barry's choice?
Is it more complex than Grand Theft Auto 3, wherein you have the entire simulation of people moving about a city and traffic and oh my goodness, all the guns, and it's very complex.
But I feel that the concept is very simple. I mean, cities have been created before. They can take.
But it's a complex simulation of real individuals in a pixelated world.
And this is a complex situation of me actually swinging my hand.
But there is
what
a
is
far
complex?
more complex situation, and that is of StarCraft. A war between races. And there is so much going on the screen, you can be so easily overwhelmed. You're like, oh, I was clicking here, and then oh shit, there's something going on over there. Goodness gracious, this StarCraft.
I mean, I'm overwhelmed by just stars, let alone StarCraft. It's
And
just
look
all
at
the
that,
twinkle and the surprise.
it's like a wonderful game of chess right there, but it's far more complex than chess. There are no rooks. Goodness gracious me, there's far more.
Well, if we're talking about the game-wise, you know, they're all quite complex games, but I do believe that Wii Sports is very complex because of the mechanisms that actually run the game. And I believe that is complex. Is sports not more complex than StarCraft?
Then intergalactic war?
Or people driving about?
I'm gonna go with Wii Sports, guys. It's more complex. Here you go. Thank you very much for playing.
Very good. Well, is that to me then?
Well, that's up to you, Barry.
All right. Which has a better title? Give me a good title. I want a best title.
I do believe Count Chocula used his best title. Ooh.
You take that back. You take that back, you troglodyte.
Troglodyte.
Yeah, that's right, I'm dropping the big words.
Oh, make me.
Ooh.
Well, this is some kind of riffle-raff.
The most riffle-raff.
All right.
Barry, you must be more aware next time to not bring war-ridden people to our table.
I'm sorry that you weary travelers are...
The flashbacks you must feel.
I make
So-
enemies everywhere I go.
Let us move along now. I must not turn into a balloon.
Very good.
Good
very
point.
good.
Good
Right,
point.
right, very
Hate
right.
that to befall
Susie,
you.
Yes.
would you like to go first?
I believe Fez has the better title because it is a little man wearing a fez. How straight to the point. And it also displays to you the main character, right
It's
then and there.
simple. It's very simple, but I don't know if it's the best.
It does have the letter Z in it, which is quite a good letter.
But it also, it's
that
not
would
only
get
the
you 10
title,
points in
but it
Scrabulous.
shows you a piece of the game, and it shows you the main character, all in one thing.
Very good. Very good. Jordan?
I do believe that Super Meat Boy has the best title because it is a super duper living piece of meat who happens to be a boy.
My word. That quite is a title indeed. Michael?
Why, of course. It is Silent Hill. Because what is a hill but silent?
So, obvious.
It
is.
is restating what you know about a hill, reaffirming
Look at this little hat.
that a hill
Look at that little hat.
is silent, and that silence
I could get
is
you a little hat like
deafening
that.
Could you?
and horrifying. What horrors lie in Silent Hill? In your mind.
Hills are
Silence.
hills are obviously
consumes
silent
you.
though. So,
It consumes you. Have some chocolate.
Where did that come from?
Chocolate Town.
Well, Barry,
I'm
please
going to
make a
go
choice.
with Fez because you promised me a tiny hat.
We will get you that tiny hat, Barry.
Good.
We will make this. I will make good
I
on my
desire
promise.
a tiny hat.
I will get you the tiniest of
And
hats.
the word Fez is fun to say. Fez.
Well, Michael, if you would please.
Of course.
I know you must be so tired.
I am a bit bummed out, but I will carry on. Which has made more players cry? The many times that that dog laughs at you.
What is sadder than shooting a poor, helpless deer?
Oh, my many chocolate men that I have lost. Oh. There was caramel everywhere.
We know, we were there.
Nougat spilling down. Oh, the truffle bombs. Oh, the truffle bombs.
It's terrible. Michael, please.
The candy cane spears impaled in
Michael,
my
please
man.
pull yourself
remember who
together.
came